And then System of a Down, you know System of a Down, everyone knows System of a Down.
First record I bought by myself as an 11-year-old boy, January the 20th, 2001, I went and bought Toxicity.
Toxicity, yeah.
Oh, spectacular album.
Toxicity is the first album I heard too, but then you realise it's their second album.
Yeah, it's just
so
Sugar the first one.
No, it's just
called System of a Down, but it's got Sugar on it.
Yeah, but Sugar is on it, yeah, and Sweet Pea and No. And they are very interesting. I don't know what genre they fall into.
You can listen to, because I think Toxicity was produced by Rick Rubin, wasn't it? As he was moving into that whole like big loud nu metal sound, and he always just said like he heard this band that was an Armenian folk band playing big bolshy loud metal music, and it was like nothing he'd ever heard of before, but it works. And if you describe them as that, everyone's going to go, shut up, that's
Armenian
not going to work.
Folk, Armenian folk music is definitely what I would say. They are definitely a folk metal band, but not folk in the sense that they use like deedly kind of
I know
thing.
They're not like some medieval folk that's just like,
because that's the thing,
traditional
they are
Armenian
just
music
categorized now as alternative metal. I think that's the only way you can describe it, because even on their Wikipedia thing it says the genres in Toxicity range from folk, progressive rock, jazz, Armenian music and Greek music, and then they use a sitar, a banjo, keyboards and a piano, and then obviously he does his like raw voice, which I can never believe comes out of him. And they like went on tour with Slipknot and all this kind of stuff.
But that album, that Toxicity, is just from start to finish is amazing.
All the way through. Every album they've done up until a certain point is wall-to-wall bangers. The first two literally just all the way through. I'm not a massive fan of them anymore, and they are apparently still going on tour next year. They've rescheduled, but the last I read they all hate each other, and the drummer has publicly come out as defending Donald Trump, which is a bit weird.
Right, interesting.
Because they've got a whole song about the Armenian genocide and stuff. Which would be odd that they then... It
would be interesting that supporting someone like Donald Trump.
And that was when I started shameless confession, started loving the Kardashian TV show. and then learning more about Armenia, I was like, that's where System of a Down are from. Because I always remember they all had like really interesting names, like Shavo Adagian and like Darren Malakian and all that kind of stuff, and Serge Takian, and I thought they were just made up names. I didn't realise they were probably their actual names because they're from Armenia. But yeah, they I've never seen them live, and it's probably one of those things I would regret forever, but I don't think I was ever old enough to have gone to see them on my own. Same with Slipknot. I wish I would have seen Slipknot in like 2001, but I was again too young to see them. And watching videos of them, they're a pretty big mess, to be fair. Like watching videos of them now from like 2005, it's like, wow, that's not great, but it's of its era. It's the music they were making. It was angry, it was loud, it was
supposed to be a bit shit,
like, and they're amazing. And like, if I was going to go to download this year, that would be the one band I would have wanted to see
wholeheartedly,
just because I've never seen them, and that would be the biggest thing for me, to just be like, wow, I've now seen System of a Down. But yeah, you can't, like, any song, Chop Suey, Toxicity. What interesting fact as well.
So carry on.
I'll tell you.
I was going to say, no, like they played Reading in 2013. I think it was my little brother's first year. He was 16 years old, and I was with a load of people that just didn't want to see them, so I didn't see them, and it was probably the biggest regret I've ever done. Because I just love them so much.
If you look at the I don't know if it's like it anymore, but the last time we checked, because we regularly check the iTunes charts for like popular music so I can do videos on them and stuff, and I'm pretty sure both Chop Suey and Toxicity were in the top 10 ever since they came out up until now.
What, of like the alternative charts? As in
iTunes metal genre chart. So even if you go on Apple Music and sort by genre and put them in chart, so I'm pretty sure literally up until this year that Chop Suey and Toxicity have both been in that chart since they were released. So since 2001 or something. They've never left, and Enter Sandman's in there ever since 1991 or something.
That's mad.
Like, so it's definitely, I think it was even I think Chop Suey or Toxicity was number 1.
Yeah.
Like, how insane. Like, I remember sitting in maths class at school, and believe it or not, I didn't really enjoy school, and I didn't really care that much. I used to sit at the back and listen to music, and I didn't even used to wear a uniform sometimes. I used to wear metal t-shirts, and I can't believe I got away with it, to be fair. And my mate was like, listen to this, and you'd like have one headphone, And it was like, what the hell is this? And it was Chop Suey, I think. And I was like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And I need to hear more of it. And then you realise they had another album, and you're like, oh my god, there's another album.
Yeah.
And then you just like, I was just starting to learn to play guitar, so I was like, I need to learn. Like, Aerials is probably one of my favourite songs of all time.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning record. And the production on it is
especially if you
brilliant.
listen to it on the album. Yeah, especially listen to it on the album, and it has all the folk singing at the end, like the traditional singing. And it goes on for ages, like before it gets to the next
Love
song.
it.
And yeah, finding out then that Rick Rubin did that, and then did Slipknot, and then did like Beastie Boys and all that kind of stuff, and then I think he did Adele and Beyonce recently as well. Like and then we watched a documentary about him, and then you realise that he is like the most eclectic person ever.
Yeah.
Like him and his mate, didn't they started Def Jam, didn't they?
Yes.
Or he started it, but I don't know if he owns it anymore. But him and Thingy Sims, isn't it?
Russell Simmons.
Sims? Yeah.
Russell Simmons.
Like they did Def Jam, and he is one of the most iconic people of all time, but he's just like hippie white guy.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But then I said, like, was a songwriter on Adele and Beyonce's latest albums, and did Slipknot's third album, like Volume 3. And Corey Taylor famously came out and said he was one of the worst producers he's ever worked with because he's like, why are we paying him all this money to never show up? It's like, well, he's a producer, he's not an engineer. He just shows up and talks through the overall. I think he expected him to be there all the time, like saying, why don't you try this and why don't you try that? And he didn't do that. And he's like, I haven't got time for that. And he's recently apologised, I think, because he's like, I realised how much of an idiot I was. But yeah, some of the I think every new metal album potentially he was involved with at some point.
He was involved in a lot of big ones. I think a couple of the late Linkin Park records he did as well. Like he's just a monster of a producer, absolute monster.
Yeah. And it's just
but
like
that would
everyone
be. But that System of a Down to finish off the Sunday is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. What a band to finish on.
Oh my god.
That would have been so good.
Well, if they change the lineup to the same next year, I think I might have to at least get a day ticket.